this video, I'm going to talk you guys through the dynamic warm-up that I prescribe before workouts. Often this is done on a track before a track workout. It can be adapted for the roads as well, and sometimes I'll write that in there. So I'll give you both distances for exercises and laps and things, but I'll also convert it for time if you're doing it on the road instead of on a track. So our dynamic warm-up starts with 3 laps on the track, or about 7 minutes of running, let's say. 6 to 7 minutes. And that's just easy running. If you progress a little bit, get a little bit faster each lap, that could work as well. And then once you finish those 3 laps, you're going to head into your drill series. We're going to do each drill for about 20 meters. And after that 20-meter stretch of drills, you're going to stride out the rest of the straightaway. Okay? So you're going to do it, when you're on the roads too, you could say, kind of eyeball what 20 meters would be, and then stride out for about 10 seconds. Okay, maybe 15. After you do the drill and stride for the rest of the straightaway, you're going to jog the curve, or jog for about 30 seconds, and then repeat. Do another drill, stride, jog, drill, stride, jog. Okay? The total warm-up is about 1.5 miles, with the 3 laps running included, and then we have drills and strides along the track that, total 6 laps total. So 3 more laps of drills. The first drill that you do, I'm not gonna run for you here, but the first drill we do is called A-skip. And so for this drill, if you're new to A-skipping, you can start with a march. And I often think this is a helpful way to practice this drill until you get it down, and then you can get into a skipping motion. So I'll show you guys a march. So for a march, you're gonna just have your knee come up 90 degrees, hips at 90 degrees. Your toes are gonna stay dorsiflex the whole time. So we're not gonna drop it down like this. I wanna keep it up. And then you're gonna plant foot right down in front of you. And notice my arms are in a running motion opposite my legs, coming right down. So what it looks like face on is this motion, right? Once you feel like you got that down, we're kind of landing right underneath us on the ball of our foot. Then you can move it into a skipping motion. Just like that, okay? From the front, skipping motion. I'll do it in place here. Okay? You're bringing your foot, snapping it right down underneath you. You do that drill for 20 meters, stride out the rest of the straight, jog the curve, 30 seconds about, and then you go into what I just call faster A-skips. Some people do B-skips. I find B-skips to be a little confusing, a little bit hard to learn. I just like a faster A-skip. Does the job. So for that one, I'm going to do it across here. Same thing. But as soon as your foot hits the ground, you're popping right back off the track. Just like that. So it's the same motion, but you're skipping faster. You do that drill for 20 meters about, stride out the rest of the straightaway, another 10 to 15 second stride, jog the curve, or if you're on the roads, about 30 seconds. And then you go into cool guys, or this is what I call them, because you look really cool doing them. So for this one, it's confusing. It may take you weeks to learn this motion. But I like to confuse the body a little bit, do some different drills, because we're so used to just running in a straight direction. It's a repetitive motion. It's good to do something different. Whew, I'm getting out of breath here. So it starts off with just a hop, okay? So you're always kind of hopping. So remember that. Your feet are always landing both at the same time. For this one, every other time, you're going to bring up a leg. So we're going to bring up our left leg, and then we're going to hop between, right leg, hop between. So it's like this. Left leg, no leg, right leg, no leg. Just like that. We're going to do that in a forward motion. So it'll look like this. Again, I don't have a ton of space here, but you would do that for about 20 meters. And as my leg comes up, the opposite arm is driving. After those 3 skipping series, you're going to be a little bit gassed. You're going to be out of breath. And so after that, skip, stride out the straight, jog the curve. You're gonna do lunges, okay? I do 4 backwards, 4 forward lunges, okay? So you're gonna start, when you hit the line or the next straightaway, and you're gonna reach back, even put that knee right on the track. For these, we're not building strength, we're just trying to get a good opening in the hip here. So right here, reach back, stand up. Next one, leg goes back. You can kind of twist a little. You can open up with the arm up so that you feel that stretch in the hip. You're gonna do 4 of those in one direction, and then you're gonna go 4 forward. Again, we're gonna move across the track doing these, walking. So here, I'll demonstrate a little bit. For the forward reps, you're gonna come down, stretch it out, take a few steps into the next one. 4 backwards and 4 forwards, stride the straight, jog the curve. Then you're gonna come into peacocks or scoops or a mixture of both, whichever one you prefer. These ones are gonna open up the hamstring. Peacock's gonna work a little bit on balance as well. So you're gonna come up to the line, you're just gonna bend down, touch the ground. You're gonna do that moving forward. You're right here, a few steps, down. Do a few of those, maybe 4, 2 each leg, and then you can move into scoops. You can come right here, scoop the ground. This one will get the hamstring loose, open up the lower back a little bit too. Just doing some movements to loosen up our body. When you're done with those, peacocks and scoops, stride the straight, jog the curve, stride for about 10, 15 seconds, jog for 30. And then our last drill is karaoke, okay? And for this one, this is grapevine is another, what people call it. So again, for this one, you cross over in front, step, behind, step. A twist I'm gonna put on it, and that I always have my athletes do, is when they cross over in front, they're gonna bring their knee up nice and high. And then step, behind, like that, okay? You're gonna do this in a nice skipping movement, skipping pattern. It's gonna look like this. So you do that for about 10 meters, right? And then you switch, you turn and you do the other side. So I'm just gonna do this direction now. So I'm facing the camera. But up, over, just like that. We're not going for speed on these, trying to get it done as quickly as possible. I'd rather go quantity for these, so you're getting them in, repetition. But after you've done those two, you could do these a little bit longer so that you only have like a 50-meter straight to stride after. If you want to be sure that you get both sides done well. But then stride the straight, jog the curve, and that is 3 laps, or 3 laps of drills, 6 laps total. And that's the whole warm-up. So it's 1.5 miles in total, should take about 12 minutes on the fastest end, maybe 18 minutes on the slowest. Take your time with it, do each drill. They're new, but these drills will help, if they're new to you, they will help with form, help with proper foot strike, help with hip mobility, so that things aren't tight. And if things are tight, the low back starts pulling, we get achy backs, we get achy knees, achy shins, ankles. It's gonna help us drive and just be a more fluid, powerful runner. So that's the dynamic warm-up routine. If you have any questions, of course, send me an email, send me a text, give me a call, and I'll walk you through it.